Yeah, we live, guys. We live, my people. What's up, kings and queens? We're back again, and as usual, we're going to the mirror case to see what sense can we make out of it. Now, what we're going to do, the weather is not working with me. It's cold and it's too windy. Now, what we're going to do is just react to Judge Rata's apology, right? Before we do that, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you're in the loop. Let's just jump right into it, right? Let's jump right into it because I feel like we have to take in all his apology so that we can understand if it's heartfelt or if we're just being bluffed. Let's listen.
All of us, I suppose, we read newspapers. This is proper that I should address this issue. But initially I want to say I have been 26 years on the bench as an acting judge, and as a judge, I have never, ever behaved the way I did on Friday.
The global AI market is projected to reach $1.770 trillion by
Yeah, excuse me, guys. That advert was just messing things up. Just continue.
And I've been 30 years as an attorney. Before I became a judge, 30 years I was an attorney. I spoke to the JP, and the JP spoke to me together with the DJP. And the JP rightfully excoriated me for my conduct, that it is not befitting of a judge of my experience and stature, that I should have behaved like I did. And I agree. My conduct was questionable and incorrect. And my wife also, who I thought, young Saba is afraid of me, told me that I should apologize to the whole of South Africa because I am worse than the attorneys who apparently steal the monies of clients in the RAF matter. She was reading a paper the other day about the fact that attorneys apparently, and they're colorless, stole about 1.5 billion of RAF funds which belong to clients. And I wish now to tender my sincerest apologies.
I paused it for a while so that we can just get into this issue of the wife. What is it with the wife? So the wife is the one who convinced you to you know what I want you to take out from this apology. Just underline a couple of things. There's so many people that have been mentioned in his apology, and just underline how many me's and I's are there. Let's go. Let's just continue, right? Let me not put the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse.
It's contra my nature to do that. I have a son, he just died recently, who's an advocate. He's older than you, Miss Mshololo. He was born in 1968. He died because of lymphatic cancer. I think he would have also have been disappointed at my conduct. That's why I say I heartily and unreservedly, with no qualification, apologize to my colleagues here, to the accused. They say I mustn't call you the accused. They are correct. The gentleman in front of me. And I've also been accused of being a racist. I want to just talk one or two things about me as a person without being a lawyer. I grew up in the house of Moses Kotane. Nelson Mandela used to come at home, Walter Sisulu, even Robert Sobukwe, before he broke away from the ANC.
Let me just pause it for a while. Just ask yourself now, during all this name dropping, why are you pulling all these people into your misery? Like, these people were not with you when you were misbehaving and doing all that you were doing to get into this trouble. Now you're calling them in. Anyway, let's continue.
Run Windows, Linux, and more on your Mac with unmatched performance and compatibility.
My father was involved as a member of the ANC and the Communist Party. He would be mortified to hear that I am a racist. And another thing which you may not know, my great-grandmother was a German. She was born in Bochum. Apparently he met some German priest, meaning my grandmother was a German. And I recall that she used to cut her hair.
Let's just stop there. Let's just stop there. Now, this is an eye-opener. My grandmother was German. My great-grandmother was German. That means my grandmother was German. So, basically, you are telling us you are Uncle Ruckus. You are telling us you are white. It's just that you find yourself, your skin to be black. You just happen to find your skin being black. Wow. Wow. That's an eye-opener.
Crop it short so that people must realize that she's got white blood. So I know everything about racism. I grew up also under the tutelage of the late Bishop Tutu. I was talking to his son, Trevor, yesterday at the seminary. So if you want to know me, whether I'm a racist or not, you can ask, for instance, Archbishop Thabo Makgoba, Father Mkhatshwa, Professor Lesiba.
No. Those people are not necessary. Your actions show us if you are racist or not. Bottom line. Stop calling people that were not there.
Professor Seth Cooper, Professor Bani Pichana. I used to be a member of SASO. We founded SASO 1968. I wasn't a leading light, but at Fort Hare, I was the secretary of the branch there. You can confirm that with Judge Selby Bakwa, who's here.
Sir, why are you acting like you are hunting for a job?
And subsequently, I became a member of the Black People's Convention after the ANC was banned. And subsequently, I became a member of AZAPO, and I was the Secretary for Legal Affairs and Sport when Mrs. Khware was the president of AZAPO. I cut my teeth in politics together with Cyril Ramaphosa. He was my junior, actually. in politics. And I mean, I was tutored by people like Thabo Mbeki. He'd be shocked to hear that I'm a racist.
I want somebody just to tell me. Somebody just tell me. Somebody just tell me. What does all these people? What do all these people have to do with your apology and then your misbehaving? Like, why are you including all these important people? Why do you think like when you mention these people, we're going to take your apology serious? You have to remember this is the second time Rata is doing this. So even the last time we didn't believe that that story of his. You can tell now, even now, there's going to be problems in the future. It's not regretting anything. This is what he said. It is against his nature to apologize, I guess. Not to be racist, because if you are claiming that your mother was German, what that basically means that you feel that you're white inside.
So if people say I'm a racist, maybe I'm not aware of that. But if I trampled on anybody's toes because of my racism, despite being an adherent to the Freedom Charter, 1955, I was there in Kliptown with my father. I wish to apologize for being a racist. I'll try and mend my ways, but I can tell you, it's not a conscious thing about me to be a racist. So I apologize. And the gentleman in front of me, if you believe that I, as a judge, I'm so useless, dumb, paluka, moho, etc., and you think you can't get a fair trial from me, please tell me. I'll recuse myself. Don't want to impose myself.
I guess this is what Rata was aiming for, right? All this misbehaving, this blatant misbehaving. I guess this is what he was calling for. He wanted to be recused at some point. So he's disappointed. Nobody's asking for his recusal amongst those defense lawyers. Yeah, outside the court, people are wishing that he could just recuse himself. But those defense lawyers are smart. They know that if they recuse that guy, there's going to be problems. The case has to restart. We have to listen to those lying policemen again. You know, it's a problem. And this apology for him to be tendering it like this is because I read an article last night where the government is complaining, and then they issued a directive that he has to deliver a warning and has to make it public. Hence this. All this talking about my wife, and it's fine. Your wife, like, we respect her, and we feel like as a woman she would call you to order. But other than that, there are people who made you to do that. Anyway, let's continue, guys. Listening to this fabled, dramatic
On
apology.
people who doubt my integrity, honor, and dignity. And I mean it. If you think this judge, the way he's a racist, the way he doesn't care for the Constitution, he's not fit to be our judge, please tell me, and I'll recuse myself. Yeah, so that is the apology. My wife actually said to me, I must apologize even to the people of South Africa. And then I asked him jokingly, even the undocumented foreigners, he says, everybody. So I wish to apologize even to the politicians, because I'm told even politicians are worried about me. They want to summon me to parliament.
You see what I'm talking about? It's real. That letter is there. Now, you see what to the point that she has to force you to apologize. Why didn't you just act proper? I mean, why do you feel like whites are better than blacks? And I saw two channels today. I think it's two channels now. One guy is black and the other one is from outside. They feel like Rata did the best job in South Africa. And this other guy is telling us Rata was correct because Nisi was telling Rata, he was not communicating. When we saw that Rata was reading a message not from his phone, he was reading a message from the registrar's phone. It doesn't matter whether that thing is an SMS or what. Judge Rata has been requesting SMSs, WhatsApp, and whatever emails from the defense to contact him. He has been willing for that thing to happen, for him, for these defense lawyers to contact him directly. He has been looking for that, but now he's acting surprised. Wow, man. Let's just finish it and then we're going to continue to. I'm going to show you like three stories, three different stories. And then the fourth one is the one from the one that we know, involving Colonel Mbotho, right? With his confession taking. Let's just finish this and then we go to that.
Don't know for what. And most graciously, I want to apologize to the Chief Justice Maya, to Chief Justice Zondo, to Chief Justice Mogoeng, and to all these colleagues. In particular, for instance, the Kgang Moseneke, Willie Seriti, because those are the contemporaries I started with. And I was also phoned by persons I've tutored as attorneys and advocates. Some of them are on the bench. Some of them are at the Constitutional Court. They were also shocked that I'm a racist.
Stop. They were shocked that you were a racist. Why don't you just say they didn't hear what I said? Hence, they didn't know why, they don't understand why people are calling me racist. Just tell them what you said and then see if they will look at you the same way after that.
I've used Chrome, Mozilla, Edge, and Safari. I found Opera to be the fastest. Opera has the richest feature selection.
Playing itself. I didn't order it to play. Let me just close it out. We're going to now the stories of this guy, Colonel Mbotho. I'm doing this just to show you that this is. Let's start with the story from home, right? I'm doing it to show you that this is a regular thing. This is a regular occurrence for them to call Mbotho, come and take a confession, and then they know when he gets to court, he's going to say, no, they were ready to confess. He was healthy. He was all those things that he likes to say about when he's taking confession. He read the rights and all that. This is the usual occurrence. Let's just share the screen so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Right. This is the story, the first one. I'm going to start with the one that we are dealing with in Moses B. All right. Just making it bigger so that we can get to read all of us. Now let me just read it to you. I just want to take the parts that are a common occurrence, that are a common denominator in all these stories, right? He testified that he was called to help take a statement by accused number one, Muzikaulelwa Sibiya, which was penned and signed at the Deeply police station. Now, according to Mbotho, he advised the accused that he was not being forced to say anything that may incriminate him and that whatever he said at the time might be used against him before a court of law. Now, Mbotho testified that he offered Sibiya a lawyer to represent him. However, the accused allegedly insisted that he wanted to make a statement without a lawyer. This is rubbish. Who does that? Who would, like, come on. Now, the accused allegedly appeared normal and sober, according to Mbotho, apart from bruised wrist as a result of being handcuffed. The accused said Mbotho allegedly confirmed that no one had threatened or beat him up before he made the confession. You see, let's jump to the next story, right? So that you can see the common denominator, right? The common denominator. Now, this is a story about the Rhodes Park case. This one is about the Rhodes Park case. I think there were about 3 men accused of, deleting 2 women, in fact, raping 2 women and deleting their husbands, right? Now, they also claim that they were assaulted by the police, right, into making confessions. Now, let's go to the part that involves Mbotho. Let's start with this. This is just one line that will give you the idea. Lawyers representing Admond Loof, 23, Tabonkala, 25, Mdurisi Matibela, 32, told the High Court sitting in Palm Ridge on Monday morning that their clients were forced and assaulted to make confessions. Come and tell this court that he made a confession because he was assaulted. His lawyer, Tulasizwe Mpanza, said that. Now, this comes after a police officer testified that he was the one who took the under confessions. Colonel Mhlanganyelwa Moses Mbotho told the court that he had received a request from the investigating officer to make arrangements for the 3 to make their confessions. Where did you hear it? In this case, he was called to make arrangements to take confessions. It's like he's the go-to guy. He's the go-to guy for these confessions. Now, underline this one. This next line is very important. Underline, Mbotho was a branch commander at Cleveland Police Station at the time. What do you remember now when we talk about Cleveland? Accused number 3, the gun, the guy who was testifying about the storage of the gun. That connection, do you get it? Yeah. So now let's go to what we usually hear Mbotho say in court. When the lawyers argued that their clients were assaulted by the police officers, Mbotho said he had not received any complaints of assault from any of the 3 men. Now, this is after like people, this is amazing, right? When did you hear this? Where else did you hear this? Let me read you another line. Mbotho said he had not received any complaints of assault from any of the 3 men. Now, if there is an assault where accused person is complaining about, I don't know, like who wrote this sentence, why did they write it like this? If there is an assault where the accused person is complaining about, it will be written on the OB, occurrence book, and it will be found by the station command. This is rubbish. This is what he always says. I strongly disagree that the accused were assaulted. I stand by my word. Lieutenant Colonel Buti Tuma. Now, I think this is okay. Meanwhile, the investigating officer, warrant officer Bruce van der Skeef, said the 3 accused were willingly made their confessions to the police. Now let's go to another one. This live is going to be short, but if you want to join, you can join. Short discussion, and then I'll close the live. Let's go to this one now. It's still Mr. Mbotho, right? Taking confessions. Now, this is a story about this guy. I think most people know this guy. This guy was an actor, and then he was called Dumi Masilela, right? I think it was on Rhythm Seat or something like that, or Best Stage, whatever, like one of those ETV soapies. Now, these are the guys that were arrested in connection with this deleting, right? A senior officer has told the North Gauteng High Court that one of the men allegedly involved in the murder of actor Dumi Masilela confessed to the crime shortly after his arrest. Like, this is what this guy is good at. That's why he's told us in court he made more than 100 confessions. Guys, I think there's some wind outside and noise. I hope I'm very audible. Right. Now, I just want to go to the part where we are going to hear things that we are used to hearing. Mbotho said he asked Masombuka, have you been assaulted or threatened by any person to come and make a statement? He said no. Mbotho said each question was read in English and Zulu because the accused was fluent in both languages, despite being Tsonga. Right. Now, there's somewhere where the judge asked this guy, right? Earlier on, warrant officer Pafane Ratale testified that he was one of the officers who transported Masombuka to Mbotho's office in Randburg, where he made the confession statement. He denied Masombuka had physical injuries, save for bruising around his wrist and legs caused by handcuffs and leg irons. This is what happens all the time. Like, these guys, they will make you confess, and then from there, they go to court and lie on it. Here's another one. I hope you guys are catching on to this. Are catching on to the routine. It is very routine now, what these guys are doing. Now let me just reduce this one because I want it to appear on the page. I want to go to the part where Mbotho is talking the things that we are used to hearing. Colonel Mhlanganyelwa Moses Mbotho has testified on Thursday that Masombuka informed him he was prepared to make a confession, right? And did so well aware of his right and the implications thereof. Mbotho told the court Masombuka even stated that he wished to do so to an independent officer. Now, Rankapole, I think is the lawyer, right, of this accused. He questioned why Mbotho had only taken note of the injuries on Masombuka's hands, but had failed to observe and indicate the cause as he was meant to. He said the reason for this, let's listen to this reason, very rubbish reason. He said the reason for this oversight was because despite Masombuka's indication he had been assaulted by a police officer at Ivory Park, Mbotho simply ignored his plea and said he was just doing his job. This is what's happening, right? Now, guys, let's move on from these confessions. Let's discuss about why we are being represented by corrupt officials. Everybody was saying this judge is the best judge when he started, but it has become apparent it's not. Like keeps apologizing, keeps making problems and for himself, and he has to apologize. I don't think this is the last time. Trust me, it might just not be the last time. We might just have to be ready for another apology. Ah, he was backstage, King. No, come through, King. Go backstage again. I will. I think I was not looking at the screen. I was looking at the articles. That's why I didn't catch you, Mr. Denborn. You can come through, brother. I'll accept you. Just Judge Rata apologizing. Now you can see the pattern in what Mbotho is doing. That this is what happens all the time. This is a usual occurrence. He's the go-to guy for taking confessions. They know that he will stand his word in court. He will not allow any cop to make him change his word. He won't. He will stay his course. This is what happens with our police officials, right? So come through back door, bruh. I will take your request, and then we can discuss a little bit. Then from there, we can close the live. Let me just greet the people in let me see this. Yeah. And then let me give a shout out to Sehamo Hotla. Greetings, King. Yeah, greetings, Khosigari. Dumela Khosigadi. Como seja. And then Dan Bond, what's up, bro? And then Gushas, what's up, King? It's bad, right? This is what we have to contend with. You just you racist, racist comments, racist. But now, when you have to apologize, you feel bad about it. And when you were doing it, you were so bold. You had the boldness. And then Charles David, what's up, bro? Peace to Namibia. Greetings to Namibia. Greetings to my subscribers in Namibia. One love, bro. Mr. Dawn, then are you still coming through? If you're not coming through, I'm gonna drop the live. I think I've made my mark. I think I showed you where I wanted to show you. The connection between, and you have to remember again that Kininda and Mbotho knew each other from another case that was mentioned by Advocate Nis. So when that happened in court, Judge Rata was looking at Kininda like, were you lying to me, bro? Now, there's something that I don't understand about Rata. I don't know if this is the thing that's causing him to be acting the way he's acting. I don't know if Kininda, Judge Rata, is scared of Kininda, or he's just acting up, waiting for the case to end, and then he shows true colors. I don't know. But he shows a lot of fear. He shows a lot of respect, which is mostly overpowered by fear towards Guinea. So guys, let me not take too much of the time. I think I did the live. I show you what I wanted to show you. I reacted to Judge Rata's feeble apology, where he's name dropping 1,000 people which were not there with him. So let me just bounce. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. Peace. The stream is about to end. One love.